So Tex, the final thing I'd love to talk to you about is the music industry as it relates to the BCG matrix and the PLC, the product life cycle. So, music back in the 1800s, the only way you could listen to music, do you know what it was?
No.
Live. You could only listen to music by going and seeing it and hearing it. So around the 1870s, there was the first phonograph. And a phonograph was that, you remember that big thing, like the big horn on it? Have you seen those before?
The wind-up thing?
Yeah, I'm sure you use one today. And the way they played music is it was a cylinder, and they would crank it. And then, around the 1890s, right in the mecca of the Industrial Revolution, they came out with the flat disc style of records. You ever had a record before?
Yes.
Yeah, record. In fact, records are kind of popular today. And the records came in different numbers. Do you remember any of those numbers?
45s.
45.
And 33s.
33s. There's actually one called the 78, and this is actually a 45. This is what it looked like. Comes in a nice case like this. And then you had the 33s, which is an album. Wacko, 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 right?
DJ.
Yep, it's a small world. Walt Disney, and look at it. They come with all these nice lyrics and pictures, and you could read about the artist. And then the 78. Do you know what those numbers represent?
I do not.
Those numbers represent the revolutions per minute. So 45 went around 45 times, or 33 times for an album. The 78 fell off after the 45s and 33s came in. But the point I'm trying to make here is that changes in technology change the very fabric of the products that are being offered. So if we go back to the BCG matrix, the phonograph, when it came out, was a star. And it was in a growth phase, evolved into a mature market, and then a new technology came around. Tapes.
Oh, yes.
Did you ever see any of these around your house? An 8-track?
I think I had some uncles and some big Cadillacs with those.
Uncles and big Cadillacs. As a matter of fact, I bet they owned a Ford because Ford installed 8-track. They offered it as an option into Fords in the 1970s.
Standard?
It eventually became standard, but it was an option at first, and it was popular, so people put 8-track players in their cars. They had 4 channels on them. They click in the middle of the song. You'd hear the song playing. It would wind down, click, click, go back up. People didn't like that change so much when these came out. Do you remember what this is?
Cassette tape.
A cassette tape. And cassettes, why do you think people like this over this?
Smaller in size?
Smaller in size. Would you call that a change in technology?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we go back to the BCG matrix, was this is probably a cash cow, mature market. Yeah. Then it became a roof.
A dog.
Became a dog. This became the new
star.
Exactly. Became the new star. Matured into a cash cow. Mature marketplace. And cassettes were just humming along. In fact, do you know the story behind mixtapes? DJs. Okay. Well, not exactly. Our generation brought to the world mixtapes. And what a mixtape is when the music industry's always tried to control the distribution of music. They didn't want people to be able to record or re-record music that had been released. So they made these cassettes with these little holes on the end that would prevent you from hitting the record button. And what we would do is we put tape over those holes, and we would record over a cassette that had already been recorded on with our 10 favorite songs. And that was called a mixtape. So you'll even see today people using CDs or MP3
and call it a mixtape.
Call it a mixtape. So what replaced the cassette?
The CD.
The CD. And did you have some CDs?
I did have some CDs. I had more cassettes, I feel, early on, but I did have CDs.
I got a whole bunch of, and those cassettes were worth a lot of money. And so one of the problems with cassettes, you can pull the tape out, right? They can break, but these CDs are solid. I thought this personally was the end-all, be-all. Music never gets better than a CD. When they first came out, could you record on CDs? No. Over time they could. So here we go. Another change in technology. A question mark that evolves into a star, that goes into a cash cow, a mature marketplace, introduction, growth, maturity, question mark, star, cash cow, now becomes a dog, replaced again by new
up-and-coming star.
Up-and-coming star. New technology. So CDs are trucking along. Sony's got the Walkman out. Everybody's got a Walkman, headphones. And Tex, what do you think replaced these beautifully wonderful CDs?
MP3s.
MP3. And actually, the late 90s, early 2000s, here comes hard-charging MP3. And Apple releases the iPod, a complete star product in a category MP3 that is a star delivery of content, music content. And so now we've got this iPod. It makes it very portable for everybody. So does this work easier than this?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So this starts going away, starts evolving now down into a dog. And here's the next new quick question mark, didn't stay there long, hockey sticked up with its growth, becomes a star. And so, what does Apple do to extend this life cycle of the iPod MP3? Well, they've got this version, and then they replace it with this version, and then you can get it in these nice colors, and then you can get it in a better size with an iPod mini. And so this is very much exemplifies how a company can extend the maturity phase of a product in the product life cycle and become that long-term as possible cash cow.
Very true.
Very true. So, but as much as we thought MP3 was the end-all be-all like the CDs, what dug into the MP3s? Streaming. Around 2005, 2006, you've got Pandora. And they release streaming audio. And that was the beginning of the end for the iPod. Even though the iPod ran till about 2015 when Apple decided to pull off the market, it started slowly becoming that question mark. Can we stay around? Can we not stay around? Then it evolved into becoming a dog. The market just shrunk. There's very little demand for it. So streaming today we have, you said there's Pandora. Spotify. Is Apple in the streaming business?
Apple does do streaming.
They have Apple Music.
Did
they buy, is there a guy that had headphones with the B on the side? And what was
Dr.
that?
Dre.
Dr. Dre. Beats, right? Beats by Dre. Did they buy Beats by Dre?
Yes.
That got them into the streaming business, right? So they are in the streaming business. They also have a music platform you can buy from, too. What's that platform called? iTunes, right. And so, but look at the streaming business. It's a competitive marketplace. You can buy streaming from Spotify. You can get it from iTunes. You can get it from Google Play. You can buy from Amazon. So we don't really know what's next in all this. But we do know that there's continuous updates and changes in technology. In 2013, Taylor Swift said, I'm not putting my music on Spotify anymore.
Yes, I remember.
She did. She doesn't. She feels like that it's going to undermine the revenue generated from her work. So what is next? Do you know? I don't know what's next right now, but I'm sure there's someone out there coming up with the next thing.
Yes, there is. Right now, very focused on it, huh?
So is streaming the end-all, be-all?
As history has proven, no.
As history's proven, no. So we don't know. It could be a long maturity phase that has several cash cows in the marketplace that eventually matures into 2 or 3 horses in the race, and one company acquires another. But what the next innovation is, we don't know. And that is how we integrate the music industry with the Boston Consulting Group Matrix and the product lifecycle. Tex, I appreciate you coming out today and joining us in all your contributions. My name's JP McDade, and thank you for joining us on All Walks.